In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on January 7, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Boston Celtics vs. San Antonio Spurs. The Boston Celtics and San Antonio Spurs meet Saturday in NBA action. The Boston Celtics have won 5 of their last 7 games. The San Antonio Spurs have lost 6 of their last 9 games. Looking at the betting trends, the Celtics are 1-4-1 against the spread in their last 6 road games and 1-4-1 against the spread in their last 6 games against a team with a losing record. The Spurs are 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 home games, 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games against a team with a winning record, and 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games playing on 0 days rest. Head-to-head, the over is 9-4 in the last 13 meetings overall. The Celtics are 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 meetings in San Antonio, and the Celtics are 7-19-1 against the spread in the last 27 meetings overall. The Spurs are still a little shorthanded, as Keldon Johnson will likely miss some time after leaving last night's game with a hamstring injury, while the Celtics should have a full squad once again. San Antonio and Greg Popovich look determined to get the most ping-pong balls for the draft lottery next season. They are trotting out a G League-type lineup most nights and being very cautious, rushing back anyone with an injury. They put forth a strong road effort but fell short in the 4th frame as they lost 117-114 to the New York Knicks. During the last 2 possessions, the Spurs cut the lead to 2 and forced the ball out of Jalen Brunson's hands to regain possession with a chance to tie, but they were called for a 5-second violation trying to get the ball in with 5.7 seconds remaining. Were they trying to lose? Probably, and for that reason, you cannot trust them in many spots this year, this being one of them. So the Boston Celtics to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Spurs are in action Friday night against the Detroit Pistons and will be on the second leg of a back-to-back. Both clubs rank in the middle of the pack in regard to the pace of play, but I expect this game to be a track meet. Boston was humiliated earlier in the week by the Oklahoma City Thunder, so you can expect a better effort from them after serving up 150 points. Regardless, the Celtics could drop 140 in this one, and as long as San Antonio does not shoot 30% from the floor, this game will almost certainly go over. Boston leads the NBA in offensive rating and will get whatever they want here. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Utah Jazz vs. Chicago Bulls. This Saturday, the Utah Jazz will travel to Chicago to take on the Chicago Bulls. Tip-off will be inside the United Center. This will be the second time that these 2 teams have matched up this season, as the Bulls walked away from that game with a 114-107 win. The Utah Jazz is coming into this one after defeating the Houston Rockets 131-114, where Lauri Markkanen scored a career-high 49 points. They look great on the offensive end of the court, as they will have to stay efficient in this one if they want to challenge the Bulls on the road. The Chicago Bulls are entering this matchup after taking down the Brooklyn Nets 121-112. They look great on both ends of the court as they continue to battle throughout that game. They will have to stay aggressive in this one if they want to take care of business at home. The Bulls are 3-0-1 against the spread in their last 4 home games and 4-0-1 against the spread in their last 5 games playing on 0 days rest. The over is 5-1 in Jazz last 6 road games. The over is 5-2 in Bulls last 7 overall. The under is 4-0 in the last 4 meetings in Chicago and 22-8-1 in the last 31 meetings. The Jazz will again be missing Colin Sexton, while the Bulls are still without Alex Caruso, Tony Bradley, and Javon Green. I'm not sure how long it will last, but the Chicago Bulls are playing impressive ball over the last week or so, and they're coming off 2 solid victories. The Utah Jazz are competitive, and they have the rest advantage, advantage, but they're not great on the road, where they lose by an average of 2 points. The Jazz could really do with a win to get their season back on track, but they were ice cold before their win over the lowly Rockets on Thursday. The Bulls come into this one as the team in better form, and they will be full of confidence after derailing the 76ers last night. It's always tough to play on 0 days rest, but the Bulls are in a groove at the moment, and they should be good enough to get the job done in this spot if they play anything like they did last night. This line feels soft, so the Chicago Bulls to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Utah has a great offense while both teams' defenses struggle at times. The Jazz is 22-18-1 in hitting the over while Chicago is just 18-20. But the Bulls play at a pace of 102, which ranks 14th, while Utah plays at a pace of 101.4, which ranks 15th. The Jazz's offensive efficiency is 4th in the NBA while Chicago's is 13th. As well, defensively, as mentioned, both teams struggle as Utah's defensive efficiency ranks 25th while the Bulls are 20th. Finally, in the Jazz's last 10 games, the games are averaging 235 points per game, while Chicago's last 10 games are averaging 239.5 points per game. Even though the Bulls are on a back-to-back, I expect this to be a fast-paced game still with both offenses having success. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. New Orleans Pelicans versus Dallas Mavericks. This Saturday, the New Orleans Pelicans will travel to Dallas to take on the Dallas Mavericks. Tip-off will be inside the American Airlines Center. This will be the second time that these two teams have matched up this season, as the Pelicans won the first meeting, 113-111. The New Orleans Pelicans are entering this matchup after defeating the Houston Rockets, 119-108. They played great on the defensive end of the floor, as they will have to continue to contest shots near the rim and on the perimeter if they want to challenge the Mavericks in this game. The Dallas Mavericks are coming into this one after losing to the Boston Celtics, 124-95. They struggled on the offensive end of the court, as they only shot 37.8% from the floor. They will have to be more efficient in this one if they want to take care of business at home. Looking at the betting trends, the Pelicans are 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 road games, 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games against a team with a winning record, and 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 road games against a team with a winning home record. The Mavericks are 6-14-1 against the spread in their last 21 games against a team with a winning record, and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. Head-to-head, the over is 13-6 in the last 19 meetings overall. The Pelicans will be shorthanded once again as Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson are both still out, while the Mavericks have ruled out Josh Green, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Maxi Kleber once again. The Mavericks have been the worst team in the NBA in covering the spread, as Dallas is 13-24-2, but that may not matter here. New Orleans is on a back-to-back, which is always tough, while the Pelicans' offense, and defense a little bit, has not been the same without Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram. New Orleans was a hard team to defend against when Zion was playing. He is a freak and led the Pelicans' offense, but without him, teams have been able to defend better. As well, Doncic has had a ton of success against New Orleans, as in 2 games last season he dropped 49 and 37 points, and throughout his career is averaging 30 points per game. The New Orleans Pelicans are on the end of a back-to-back and are still without 2 of their best players in Zion and Ingram. These are the spots where undermanned teams struggle the most. The Dallas Mavericks are rested and at home, where they win by an average of 5 points. The line is reasonable given the Pelicans' injuries, so the Dallas Mavericks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Mavericks are 22-17 in hitting the over, while the Pelicans are 22-16. Yet, Dallas slows down games as the Mavericks play at a pace of 96.8, which ranks 30th, while New Orleans plays at a pace of 102.6, which ranks 10th. However, on no rest, the Pelicans will also likely slow down the game given the fact New Orleans is on no rest. Meanwhile, in Dallas' last 10 games, the games are averaging just 217 points per game, but the Pelicans average just 234 points per game, but without Williamson and Ingram. This offense is worse, and on a back-to-back, the pace will be slower. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.